Being poor is a symptom, it's not a cause. And if you want to become rich, self-mastery should be your only true aim. Now, my companies have generated over $300 million, and not because of my business skills or some amazing strategy, but it's because of the mindset that I developed. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 6 principles that allow me to architect the reality of my dreams and create the life that I always wanted. Principle number 1, understand that you are the creator of your own reality. Now, people lack awareness of how their thoughts, emotions, and beliefs actually shape their reality. And they encounter a range of problems that limit their success and also their fulfillment. When you don't understand that you are the creator of your own reality, you feel like life is something that happens to you instead of through you. And then this kind of makes you feel like a victim of your circumstances, like you're powerless to change about what's going on around you. And it's important to note that the world isn't as it is as you are. And at its core, the concept of being the creator of your own reality means that everything you experience, whether it's the success, the failure, the joy, the frustration, is the result of the images and thoughts and emotions and beliefs that you previously had, which are now projected into your outer world. Because simply put, your inner world creates your outer world. Now, this concept made me realize that my current circumstances are not by chance. They're actually shaped by my internal state. So I want you to imagine that your mind is a projector and your external reality as the screen. And whatever image, your thoughts and beliefs that you hold in a projector will be reflected onto the screen. So if the projector is set to a belief like I'm not good enough, then that's what will manifest in your relationships, your work, and your health. So to simply put it, you are already a creator, either by default, like reacting to life, or by design, by consciously choosing your responses. So the goal is to switch from that default mode creation to actually intentional creation. And now that you know this concept, the question becomes, are you actually going to create your own reality moving forward consciously with intention, or you're going to do it unconsciously with the same old patterns? Principle number 2 is the feedback loop. How your thoughts, feelings, and actions shape your reality. Now, every thought you think has a corresponding emotion, and this combination influences your actions and then also your reactions. Now, these actions create this like ripple effect in your external world, which then reinforces the original thought and emotion. And this cycle can either keep you stuck in a negative pattern or actually propel you towards your new outcome. So consider someone who believes I'm not worthy of success. Now, this thought might create these feelings of anxiety or fear, leading to actions like procrastination or self-sabotage. With these actions lead to failure or setbacks, and then they confirm that original belief of unworthiness, trapping the person in like this self-perpetuating loop. So the key takeaway here is to break that loop by being conscious of your unconscious thoughts, by changing your thoughts and emotions, which will then lead to a different action and eventually a different result. Principle number 3, change happens internally first, the law of assumption. Now, Neville Goddard emphasized this idea that assumption creates reality. This means that your whole life will reflect whatever you assume to be true about yourself and also your circumstances. So if you assume wealth, success, or love as your reality, you'll start behaving in ways that align with those assumptions. Your outer world then begins to confirm those internal beliefs. And now you've seen this probably time and time again with people like Conor McGregor or Kanye West. They are the masters at this. So in order for this to work for you in your life in your favor, here are the 3 steps that you need to follow. The first one is you need to identify limiting assumptions. Write down assumptions that you currently hold about yourself or the world, like I'm not good enough, I can't get a promotion, I can't make $1 million a year, whatever it might be. They need to replace with new assumptions. Replace them with assumptions that match your desired reality, like I am valued, I am worth $1 million a year, I can make $1 million a year. I hope you get the picture. They need to embody these new assumptions. Begin to act and feel as if these assumptions are already true. So ask yourself daily, like how would you think and feel and act if you're already living in this assumption? How would a millionaire act and behave? What his language would be like? What his habits would be like? How would he speak about money? How would he speak from a position of scarcity or abundance? So the key takeaway is your external world is mirroring and reflecting your inner assumptions. So change the assumption, and then the reflection of reality will also change. Principle 4 is the role of emotional alignment and imagination. Now, both Neville Goddard and Dr. Joe Dispenza talk about the importance of aligning your emotions with your desired outcomes. And it's not enough to think positive thoughts. You must also feel these emotions that are associated with the thoughts, as if they're already happening. Because the mind can be convinced, but the heart needs to be won. And through experiments, it's shown that the mind can emit a vibrational frequency of like 10 meters and the heart 300 meters. So this is where practice of visualization comes into place. I visualized absolutely everything that I want to create in my life, even the perfect partner, which I was able to attract in just 9 months after doing these exercises. So the practical version of this is do morning visualizations. Close your eyes and visualize a day in the life of your ideal self. What do you see? How do you feel? Engage all your senses. The key to this is to do it in 4D. It encompasses all your senses to make it as real as possible so you can connect to that future state. And then what you want to do is intensify the emotions you would feel in your desired state, if they were true. If it's the joy, the gratitude, the excitement, whatever it might be. The next is behavioral alignment. Ask yourself, what small actions can I take today that will actually reflect this new state of being? Take at least one action a day that aligns with these visions each day. So the key takeaway is thoughts send the signal out, but emotions draw the experience back to you. When your thoughts and emotions are in alignment, you create a coherent signal that the universe responds to. Principle number 5, letting go of old patterns. Now, the power of repetition and reinforcement is key because you need to break free from these old patterns of thinking and behaving. This process requires consistent effort and repetition until these new neural pathways are actually formed. Because neurons that fire together, wire together. So in the act of consistently reinforcing new thoughts and beliefs and emotions, you are starting to rewire your brain in order to create a whole new reality, one that which you actually have chosen to intentionally create. You are no longer part of the program that was actually creating reality, you are becoming and recoding the program. This is a muscle that you need to develop like anything else. It takes a bit of time, but once you get to the stage that you are so aware and conscious of your thoughts, that you have the ability to interrupt and replace anything that doesn't align with your reality that you want to create, then you start to actually replace those thoughts with your desired reality. That's when the magic starts to happen. The key takeaway for this principle is that you'll reprogram your mind and body through consistent, conscious practice. And over time, the new thoughts and the behaviors become your new default state. Principle number 6, surrender and trust the process. One of the biggest hurdles people face is the attachment of the outcome. Because true creation happens when you release the control and trust the process. This doesn't mean that you don't take action. It means that you detach from the how and focus on the what and the why. I made the mistake for years trying to attach timelines to things. At a certain age, I'm going to achieve certain things. But the thing is, you can't control that. It only creates friction in the process. You need to set intentions and then not expectations. You need to be clear on what you want to create, but avoid fixating on how to actually make it happen. And you need to trust that the how will unfold in unexpected ways. And by practicing gratitude and acceptance every single day, this will actually allow you to make progress without this internal conflict. So you want to stay present. Avoid getting lost in future anxieties or past regrets. Stay present and keep choosing thoughts and emotions that align with your future vision. And the key takeaway for this principle is that the creation happens when you're relaxed and trusting, not when you're stressed and forcing outcomes. Because the universe responds to a calm, clear mind more than a frantic and desperate one. So becoming the creator of your own reality means taking ownership of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. It requires you to shift your internal state before your external world will actually change. And through focused attention, emotional alignment, and consistent reinforcement, you can rewire your actual brain and body, become a magnet for all the desired experiences in your life. And if you want to reprogram your brain for wealth and success, I've done a video on that also, so click the link below.